Hola, welcome to your El Imperfecto Regular notes. By the end of the day, you'll be able to talk about what you used to do in the past tense. So let's just jump right in. Bailar is to dance like a ballerina. So if I wanted to say I used to dance, you'd say yo bailaba. And you used to dance is tú bailabas. And he used to dance is bailaba. We used to dance is bailábamos. Bailábamos, like that with an accent on the nosotros form. And then y'all used to dance is bailabais. And they used to dance is bailaban. Couple things to notice here is this aba form. Everyone has aba. We drop the AR. Actually, I want to make these all pink. We drop the AR, replace it with aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. So we've got the normal ending, the S for tú, amos for nosotros, and for ellos. And then a quick little heads up. The emphasis is always on the ar. So bailar, aba, abas, aba. Abamos needs an accent on it to keep the emphasis there, but everyone else is completely normal, just like that. Now let's look at trabajar, following the same example. Trabajar is to work. So I used to work is trabajaba. That's real. It's just straight up. It's really fun to say. So I used to work, trabajaba. You used to work, trabajabas. Oh, there we go. He used to work, trabajaba. We used to work, trabajábamos. Trabajábamos. Y'all used to work, trabajabais. And they used to work, trabajaban. So that's really fun. Okay. You'll notice that our AR endings with aba, abas, aba, abamos with an accent, abais, aban, that pattern follows for all of our AR verbs. Whenever you have an AR verb, you're going to use the aba endings, taking a special note to remember the accent in the nosotros form. So there you have it. When you have AR, think aba. So the imperfect tense is a past tense. It's not the preterite tense. The imperfect is for things you used to do. Things that you used to do a long time ago. Also in your conjugations, notice that the yo and the el forms, they have the same conjugations. So you need to specify yo trabajaba or él trabajaba when you talk about that. Anyway, so you use the imperfect for three main things. Use them for descriptions to describe what things were like. Use them for habits, what people used to do. But also for ongoing actions, especially if something was like going on when it got interrupted. Like I was working when somebody called me. Same thing as I used to work. Okay, imperfect, used to do something. Okay. And that's it for every single AR verb. This is all you ever need for literally every AR verb ever. So that's super exciting. There's no stem changers. There's no weird cargas or verb. Bleh. Nope. That's it. Isn't that great? So that's literally everything you need to know about AR verbs, and that is why we love the imperfect. Okay, so go ahead and take some time with your conjugation chart. Try to plug these guys in. here we go. We have yo cantaba. Ellos bailaban. Nosotros jugábamos. What's that accent? Jugábamos. Ustedes visitaban. Ellas trabajaban. I put hablar in here. Hablar is a good one too. Tú nadabas. Ellos hablaban. Usted viajaba. Yo tocaba. And Michael y Serena, that's like an ellos. So ellos manejaban. That's it. We love the imperfect. Literally just aba and then the normal endings on it. So that's great. You know what else is great? ER and IR verbs. But careful. I'm going to do this backwards. Because ER and IR verbs, they follow the same, like, ends in A, ends in AS, ends in A, ends in a amos, ends in a ice, ends in a on. Okay, but it's not aba, it's just ia. So we have ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, eon, and that's it. That's the endings that go on your ER-IR verbs. So to conjugate comer, remember comer is to eat. So I used to eat is yo comía with an accent right there. You used to eat, comías. He used to eat, comía. We used to eat, comíamos. Y'all used to eat, comíais. And they used to eat, comían. So we drop the ER and we add ia, ias, ia, íamos, iais, ian. Same rule applies with dormir. We have yo dorm, drop the IR, replace it with a ia, and then make it pink. Because everything we do in the imperfect is pink because we love the imperfect. Anyway, you used to sleep. Oh yeah, to sleep. Dormías. He used to sleep. Dormía. We used to sleep. Dormíamos. That's not the guy from Doctor Strange. Anyway, dormíais and dormían. They used to sleep. But wait, it's a stem changer. So how is that going to affect it? Ha! It won't. Because there are no stem changers, no funky spellings, no nonsense in the imperfect. It's beautiful. Just like weep for joy. Because we love the imperfect. Okay, anyway. Take some time. Try to conjugate these guys. Okay, so I used to eat. Comía. They used to have. Tenían. Isn't that wonderful? Tener is normally irregular, but it's not. They wanted. We wanted. Queríamos. Not irregular. Pedir. Él pedía. He wanted. You understood. Comprendías. With those accents, we used to live. Vivíamos. That's an A, by the way. I got dressed. Oh, check it out. It's a reflexive verb. So we need to take that se, put it out in front, and then change it to match our person. Yo becomes me. And then we have vestir, conjugate it. Vestía. Done. Decir, normally irregular. Guess what? Doesn't matter. Decían. Just like normal. Oh, stem changer. That's okay. No stem changers in the imperfect. Nope. Prefería. Isn't that amazing? We love the imperfect. Okay, now let's put it in a complete sentence. We used to eat in the restaurant. Used to eat. That's going to be one word. That's going to be comer in the imperfect. So we're going to drop that ER, give it an IA, and since it's we, comíamos. So you can put nosotros. I'm not going to because of time. So, oh look, and there I go, starting to write it. So, comíamos en el restaurante. Okay, what about Isaac and Solomon? Used to live in Mexico. That used to live, that's going to be vivir. But it's in the imperfect, so we drop the IR and change it for Ian. They lived in Mexico, and for the sake of time, I'm going to abbreviate and just say Isaac and Solomon vivían en Mexico. If you want to write out their names, you can. Did you used to have lots of money? So used to have, you used to have. That's gonna be tener. But tener needs to be put in the imperfect tense. Tenías. Now here I'm assuming it's tú. You could use usted. You could even use ustedes or vosotros, but I'm gonna go with tú. Tú. I'm gonna go with tú. And I'm not gonna use the tú. I'm just gonna put tenías mucho dinero. And since it's a question, we'll put question marks on it. Call it a day. Actually, you should call it a sentence. Okay, Tiffany used to tell the truth. Okay, this does not mean that she lies nowadays. It's just she used to tell the truth. She used to. She probably still does, but she used to. Anyway, tell is decir. But we're going to drop that IR, giving us decía. She used to tell. So we'll say, Tiffany decía la verdad. Tell the truth. Good job, Tiffany. I used to prefer baseball. Remember, used to prefer is going to give us preferir. But we're going to drop that IR ending, replace it with, whoops, I dropped way more than that, with a IA. Now, since prefería could mean he or she, especially we just talked about Tiffany, maybe we're still talking about Tiffany, we need to specify that yo. Okay, so in the imperfect, make sure you're specifying the yo and the el forms. So I would say, yo prefería el béisbol. There you have it. By the way, if you are ever wanting to add some spice to your imperfect tenses, or you want to say that you like always did something or you used to do something that's just imperfect, here are some phrases in Spanish that are going to help indicate that these are like a continual action, or these are repetitive actions, or they were over a period of time, right? Those are all signaling, oh, this is ongoing. This is the imperfect. These are that kind of deal. Okay. Those are spirals, by the way. Like that. Okay. So you already know always is siempre. Generally is generalmente. Or you could also say normalmente. I guess we should have translated that as normally. But whatever. Many times is muchas veces. Hi there. Sometimes is still going to be veces for times. But sometimes is just a veces. And then just one time would be una vez. But that's not a very imperfect thing. But you can say de vez en cuando, like one time in however much, every once in a while, or rarely is rara vez, a rare time, rara vez. I skipped often, a menudo. kind of exists there. You already know while is mientras. Or if you didn't know, you temporarily forgot. Now you know. And then every day is todos los días. That's literally all the days. If you want to say cada día, that's fine too. That's each day. And notice these are not the only phrases that signify, hey, you should use the imperfect now. It's, just some of them. There's 10. So one for each finger, you're welcome. So that's a nice, cute little summary about how verbs work in the imperfect tense. Remember, the imperfect is what you used to do. So when we talk about the imperfect, these are things that go on forever. They're ongoing, they're continual, they're habitual. And we love them. We love the imperfect tense because there's no weird spellings. There's no stem changers. But there are irregular verbs. Sorry. So here's 3 things to help you remember irregular verbs. First, we've got ir. Remember, ir means to go. So whenever you have ir, I'm sorry, we forgot something very important. Remember up here with our AR verbs, we have like aba was kind of like our root here. It's kind of, you add some endings after you change aba. And then down here at the er, ir verbs, we've got this ia and then followed by the endings, whatever endings you needed to add. So remember just this kind of ia idea. Ia idea. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So you've got your aba kind of cloud. You've got your ia kind of cloud, followed by, ends in a, as, a, amos, ice, on. Okay, right? Following that kind of idea, here's where the irregulars come in. With ir, you want to add an iba, and then all the little endings. With ser, you're going to change that to era, with all the little endings. Ser, remember, is to be. So this would be I used to go, I used to be. And then finally, ver. So when you look at ver, you would normally want to drop the er and then change that to like that, a via, but we don't. Instead, you put the little e in between the ya, and that's why it's irregular. So it kind of does look regular. It looks like a regular er verb because you drop the er and the I, but technically because you hang on to the e, it's irregular. So anyway, here's your veía cloud that goes with ver. Remember, ver is to see. So if you want to talk about things you used to see, or veía. And so these clouds that kind of form your main idea, right? And then your little 6 conjugation guys, you add these after the A. Excuse me. So we're going to go through, do our last practice, and conjugate all our irregulars. So starting with ir, remember ir means to go. So you would say yo iba, tú ibas, él iba, nosotros íbamos, but all nosotroses have an accent. So íbamos, and then ibais, and iban. And that's it. Following that same, like, as, amos, ice, on rule. If I can get this to work. Yeah, it's not going to work. To conjugate ser, remember ser is to be, the permanent stuff. And then our little cloud to help us remember was era. So as long as we have era, that will form the foundation for all the rest of our verbs. Just kidding. Yoink. Okay, so we have I used to be era, tú eras, él era, nosotros éramos with an accent on it, erais and eran. Just like that. And finally for ver, remember ver is to see. We're going to take this veía idea. Why did it take me so long to figure that out? Veía idea. Anyway. And then you just add your endings to your veía cloud of an idea. Veía idea. So veía, veías, veía, veíamos. Oh, it already has an accent on it. That's so cute. Veías, veían. Boom, done. Okay, to help you practice some more conjugations on your own, follow this link, practice, practice, practice. Have a great time, and remember, we love the imperfect. Hasta luego.